Christmas was supposed to be about family. At least, that's what my father always said. But every year, family means one thing. I cooked, I cleaned, I served everyone while my brother accepted compliments for hosting. One day before Christmas, my dad looked at me with a smug smile and casually announced, "Your brother invited 25 friends. You'll handle everything." They expected me to nod like always. I smiled instead. That night, I boarded a flight to Hawaii. What happened inside that house the next morning was only the beginning. Because before Christmas dinner ended, someone walked through the front door, carrying legal papers that would change my family's future forever. My name is Olivia, and for almost 10 years, I was the invisible daughter. My father believed daughters should sacrifice without asking questions. My older brother Ethan was treated like a king. Every holiday became my responsibility while everyone else relaxed. I planned every meal, bought every gift, washed every dish, and even decorated the house. If anything went wrong, they blamed me. If everything was perfect, my brother took the credit. One day before Christmas, I came home from work exhausted. I was hoping for a quiet evening, when my father smiled and announced, "Your brother invited 25 friends for Christmas. You'll cook everything." My brother didn't even ask. He simply nodded and handed me a grocery list. 25 people, turkey, ham, desserts, breakfast, lunch, dinner, cleaning, serving, everything. I quietly asked, "Who's helping?" My father laughed, "You are the help." Everyone around the table smiled. That was the exact moment something inside me changed. Instead of arguing, I smiled politely. Of course. That night, after everyone went to bed, I packed one suitcase. Months earlier, I had secretly saved vacation days and booked a refundable trip to Hawaii, hoping someday I'd finally choose myself. This was that day. At 5 in the morning, while the house was silent, I left my house keys on the counter with one short note. "Merry Christmas! Dinner is your responsibility this year." Then I turned off my phone and boarded my flight. For the first time in years, I watched the sunrise over the Pacific Ocean instead of standing in a freezing kitchen. I spent Christmas Eve walking on warm beaches, drinking fresh pineapple juice, and remembering what peace felt like. Back home, chaos exploded. According to neighbors, my brother woke up expecting breakfast already cooking. The kitchen was completely empty. No groceries, no prepared food, no decorations finished. 25 guests started arriving one after another. My father panicked. My brother tried ordering catering. Every restaurant was fully booked. The grocery stores were nearly empty. His friends watched as frozen pizzas and fast food replaced the elegant Christmas dinner they had promised. For the first time in his life, my brother had to wash dishes. My father actually cleaned the bathrooms. The photos they posted online disappeared within hours. I laughed when I finally checked my phone. But that wasn't a surprise, because months before Christmas, something else had happened. My grandmother had quietly changed her will. She had watched me care for her through years of illness. While my father and brother rarely visited, she told her attorney everything. She believed kindness should be rewarded. On Christmas afternoon, while my father struggled to explain the disaster to embarrassed guests, the family attorney knocked on the front door. He wasn't delivering presents. He carried legal documents. My grandmother had passed away earlier that month. Her final instructions were clear. The family vacation cabin, her investment account, her jewelry collection, and the family bakery she built with my grandfather. Everything. She left almost all of it to me. There was one handwritten letter attached. It read, "The person who served everyone without appreciation deserves a life where she never has to serve those who never loved her." My father called me over 30 times. My brother left angry voice messages demanding we split everything equally. For years, equality had never mattered when I was doing all the work. Now they suddenly believed in fairness. I returned from Hawaii after New Year's. I met the attorney privately. I accepted my grandmother's inheritance. Then I sold the vacation cabin, renovated the bakery, hired amazing employees, and transformed it into one of the most successful bakeries in the county. The grand opening happened exactly 1 year later. Lines stretched around the building. Newspapers covered the story. My father and brother showed up hoping for reconciliation. They expected free food. They expected forgiveness. Instead, I welcomed them like every other customer, with a smile and a menu. They stood silently before walking away. That Christmas taught me something I should have learned years earlier. The people who truly love you never confuse love with unpaid labor. The greatest holiday gift you'll ever receive is the courage to walk away from people who only value what you do for them instead of who you are. As I locked the bakery that Christmas evening, I looked at the family photo my grandmother had left behind. For years, I believed keeping the peace meant sacrificing myself. I was wrong. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is leave the table, choose your own happiness, and let people face the consequences of taking you for granted. They expected a servant for Christmas. Instead, they created the woman who finally built the life she deserved.